coming on. Get the lotion out because it's going to be an exciting time. It's the NRW where we give you the NEW. I am Patrick Michael Strange, a.k.a. at Strange since 1977 at Temple Far East. And I'm joined to my right, CC the Geek now, because it's not the Greek Geek anymore.
I'm still Greek, though. Let's not get it twisted. I did not lose my symbols or anything like that. Just, marketing strategies here.
CC is in the house, so excited. And, of course, I got to have the funny yogi, my boy Glenn Lawrence. Hey. McDonald, Level Up Comedy in the house.
Hey, thanks, man. I'm all nice and lathered and ready to go. Do you lather with lotion, or is that just soap? Okay.
We're not going to tell our secrets right now. We're not going to tell our secrets right now. Later. We're going to save it for us. Because we're going to get into that. Stay tuned to the channel.
I see what you did
I'm
there.
so glad that you explained that, because that was going to be weird. Like, what is this going to be?
So, before we get started with what we do, talking about all the new stuff, since we last met up, anything new with you guys? Anything going on? What has been happening? What's been going on? Didn't you have a show last Friday?
I had a show last Friday at the Do Drop In, of course. It's the fourth Friday of the month. Anytime you guys want to come out, those are really awesome. That was really great. That was really fun. The other thing is I finished a short film, and it's going to go on the festival circuit. It's going to be kind of cool. So don't clap for it yet. You haven't seen it. But it's called Again the Zone. It's really, really cool.
Support, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And so that should be out on the festival circuit. Hopefully we'll get it shown at some different festivals and see what happens.
Cool. So what about you, girl? You've been busy. That's why you've been out of pocket.
I know.
We
missed you guys so much. But yeah, I just got back from Charleston.
Yep.
Not far from your neck of the woods.
Yes.
Your old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And did an awesome...
What shows down there? What showed you around some great
I know, man. I did go to Hannibal's.
Okay.
Went to Hannibal's.
What do they have there?
Oh, they got soul food. It's lit.
Man, I got some spots I should check out. Bro, you should come down. I have to show you some good eating.
Okay.
Yes, so
I'm down with
I
it.
watch a lot of Food Network, Cooking Channel. I've never realized when I lived there how many amazing places there are to eat in Charleston until I got older. And then I love the place. And now when I go back, I make it my plan.
Well, I mean, you see all the bellies down there, right?
That is
all
true.
the guts down there.
But I was about girls when I lived down there. I wasn't about food yet.
Hey, man,
now I got a wife. Now we
too.
about to eat.
Fair enough. So yeah, and I got so many awesome. We did alternative spring break down there. Shout out to my alma mater, Bowie State University. Okay. And I actually founded the alternative spring break initiative back when I was a student at Bowie State. Yeah, so they invited me back now that they got the funding.
Yeah. Founding mother. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So that was awesome, and I have a lot even more to talk to you about because I met so many awesome people really trying to do awesome things in the Low Country. So shout out to them. And we got our panel approved. HBCU nerds is in the house at Awesome Con Friday, April 26th from 1:30 to 2:15.
Oh, you got the times and everything.
Yes. I forgot the room number.
That's not actually written on the paper. She's not.
No, it's not. It's a reflex. But I do it.
We'll post it up on the events tab on the NRW.
Well, that's us, dude. What do you got? What's happening with you?
I can't talk about it yet.
It's
secret. It'll be announced.
Secret time.
Okay, cool. I'm with it. But y'all know I do diversity and cosplay and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anything you got going on that you can publicize?
For our partnership with the Alamo, y'all know I run CosLove, our cosplay charity. We are doing events for opening weekend for Shazam at if you live in the Northern Virginia area at both Alamo Woodbridge and Alamo Loudon Ashburn. So go check out Shazam and see some cosplayers. And at the end of the month for Avengers Endgame, I'm doing events on both that Thursday and Saturday of opening weekend. Actually, no, not for Avengers Endgame. Just that Thursday because we have Awesome Con that weekend. Yeah. So Shazam, you're getting events on Thursday and Saturday, but for Avengers Endgame, we're just doing parties on that Thursday.
Okay.
So,
well, they haven't released tickets yet for it, so
I'm gonna get us a slot of spaces for all my squad that want to join us for those nights. So y'all get the events hooked up. I got y'all.
Tight.
But since last week, I caught us, but me and my boy Mac will talk all about it on a separate review on the channel, as well as Shazam, and there's just a lot to talk about. They both left me really hype, and so I can't wait to talk about it.
It was a good weekend of movies.
Yes, it was, brother. It was. So, well, actually, you know what? I got a couple of notes that I had real quick. Disney and 21st Century Fox finally finalized that merger deal. We're now seeing the X-Men and Fantastic Four under the Marvel banner officially, like, with the studio now instead of with Fox doing their thing with it. So really excited about that. But as a film guy, a little worried about the Fox employees. There's like 4,000 employees that are, because of merger, that's getting cut.
Yeah.
So really good for a fanboy though. We also have James Gunn being reinstated for Guardians 3.
That's crazy.
I was very nervous about it because, you know, he really put his heart into Volume 1 and Volume 2. And then he obviously had his issues that came online from
Had to pay the piper.
younger self, you know,
Had to
and
pay the piper.
Disney rightfully, you know, kind of put him to the side. They thought about it, you know.
They gave him a timeout. What
Gave
amounted
him-
to a
gave him-
timeout? You go sit over there, James. Sit over there
about
and
what you've
think
done.
about what you
Think
did.
about your commentary.
Okay, are you ready to come out and play? We need you to make us this money.
And I also think because they saw that he was going to do the next Suicide Squad, they're
There's
like,
that.
we're going to really let go our key guy. They're
Yeah.
going to kick ass with Suicide Squad and
Yeah.
not bring him back to Guardians.
I would have loved to be in a fly on the wall in that meeting where it's
saying,
like,
man.
are we really going to...
How were you feeling some kind of way too when that whole thing?
You know what? As a comedian, I feel like sometimes there is a certain thing called comedic license when you say something, and of course he was trying to be funny, but you know, I'm on the circuit. I hear open mics all the time. I hear people make all kinds of jokes about all kinds of things that I personally don't think are funny, but I don't think you should grab the pitchforks and try to take away people's jobs for it. Now, with that being said, you do have freedom of speech, but that does not leave you free from consequences.
Exactly.
So he faced the consequences, but I think in the end it was good to show that, hey, there are consequences for your things. But the other thing that was great about him is he spoke to it. He came out and said, hey, I did this thing. He's tried to change and lead kind of like a more positive life because he saw the impact that was having and the platform that he had. So now that he's being reinstated, it's like, hey, you can have made mistakes in the past and you can be redeemed. So it's good to see that he didn't lose everything. And I think he went about it in the right way, which is why you saw Warner Brothers pick him up to do Suicide Squad. And then you saw Disney say, hey, well, why would now we actually are on the wrong side of this thing because we are ostracizing somebody and not allowing them to make up for their mistake, and we're going to lose a lot of money. So
Right, more so the latter.
yeah, right. I'm sure it was more so the latter.
And did you both see Volume 2 of Guardians? Yeah, Marvel fans. Oh, yeah.
I need to.
Okay, we're gonna have to get her in there.
I know.
But I think Volume 2 kind of spoke with that, you know. So like a lot of these things that he got, you know, knocked out for was prior to his success with Guardians.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think with the overall story of Volume 2, where it is that redemption factor, I think kind of that heart and soul was there. And that kind of, you know, like, this guy made Guardians Volume 2 that spoke on that. And just kind of like showed that.
When you look at like Rocket Raccoon, we're going to get deep into a Guardians of the Galaxy
right
here.
Right.
But if you look at Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, there's the moment where they're saying, where I think Star-Lord is saying to him, like, you go around being a jerk to everybody, but it's because like you're hurt or whatever. And I think that might have had something to do with it. He's trying to be a provocateur, things in his past, so you want to say these provocative things and get a rise out of people. And, you know, that's something that a lot of us have. But if you can actually see that in somebody and speak to it and help them exercise those demons so they come out and become a more positive person, I think that's what we're trying to lean towards in our culture.
And well said. That's the pull I was looking for. My man Mac with the
Hey man, look, hey, you throw them alley-oops.
I'm the boy, dunk that joker.
I'm sorry I had to dunk on Cece. I apologize, but you know her defense is.
All right, I have one more bit of Marvel news before we get into what's coming out this week. Florence Pugh, you know her from Little Drummer Girl. She has joined the Black Widow cast. Wow. So we all know Endgame. Okay. We have Endgame. We know that Spider-Man Far From Home is coming up after Endgame.
Right.
But this rest of the Marvel slate hasn't really been released or talked about. But they are doing a Black Widow movie. So that kind of says a little something because I have my things that I think are going to happen in Endgame.
Your predictions.
Predictions. That's the word I was looking for. But the fact that they did announce that they're doing a Black Widow movie and they cast Florence Pugh for the Black Widow movie, is it going to be Scarlet in there or who's this? They didn't say who Florence Pugh is exactly playing.
Yeah.
But the plot details on the film remain tight. But the film will likely track Natasha Romanoff's career beginning with her training with the KGB, becoming an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So
it's a prequel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're getting a Black Widow movie finally. Because I don't know if y'all have been following the channel. A while back we did like this whole push for a Black Widow film initially. I think it was like right before Infinity War, but then I think Scarlett they were going to make it, but Scarlett got pregnant, so they decided not to do it. And then it kind of got pushed to the side with a lot of the other Marvel films and the plans. So after Endgame, we're actually getting a Black Widow movie.
That's dope.
But then I was curious about it. But then you know what? It just kind of just glaringly, just literally right now, it is a prequel movie.
I didn't even know
so, but we are getting a Black Widow movie.
I like that.
What?
I'm excited to see what's happening. I don't know Florence
Pugh, Little Drummer Girl.
Yeah,
I'm not too familiar with that film.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to look it up now because I'm kind of excited. I love all things Black Widow.
Oh, she also appeared in The Outlaw King and starred in The Family Jar, Fighting with My Family. That
I know. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
she was in that. So we're getting a Black Widow movie, y'all.
Yeah,
and we know other films beyond Spider-Man: Far From Home after Endgame. So I think this is just kind of big news that Marvel's we're moving past this phase,
right?
And here comes the next onslaught.
Yeah.
So there's probably nuggets in there if they're introducing this Black Widow sequel.
Right.
There's probably some nuggets in there that's going to lead with because you know it's all connected.
Yes.
So.
And as you
Captain
can tell,
Marvel
I
was a
love
prequel.
nuggets. So feed me them nuggets, Marvel, please.
So it's just really cool. How this all come together. It's
Right.
really awesome.
That is
cinematic.
I'm excited. Yo, do you mind if I throw you an alley-oop?
Hey, what's that?
Did you hear that Apple announced their partnership with
Oprah? Yeah.
Yes.
What? Are they
Yeah.
trying to really take over the world? I feel like there's going to be 3 companies at the end of the world, and one of them's going to be Apple, the other one's going to be like Google, and the other one's going to be Verizon. There's only going to be 3. Disney doesn't survive. It's the shocker of all shock. No, I'm just joking. Disney survives.
I'm really curious because they're basically kind of reamping their Apple TV format,
Right.
But now giving kind of exclusive programming to compete with Netflix and Vudu and Hulu. I mean, so yeah, I saw that, and there's gonna be like a news thing with like Reese Witherspoon. I think I saw.
And they're doing some documentaries. She has 2 documentaries that are coming out. That's all very, very interesting and exciting. And I mean, it's Oprah. You know what I mean?
You can do no wrong with Oprah, pretty much.
I mean, she's already become a media conglomerate, and now she's teaming with a tech conglomerate.
Right.
And she said it when they made the announcement. She's like, "They're in 1 billion pockets, people, and now so am I."
And
so
also, my man Chris Momoa has a series that's going to be debuting.
On the Apple.
Yeah. Get your lotion ready out.
Yeah. Wait, and then I'm gonna throw one more alley-oop, one more piece of news. Did you hear?
March Madness.
No, Legion M partnered with Fox Searchlight for the film Tolkien. They announced that. So Legion M is going to be partnering with them. So you know me, I always have to say disclaimer: I am an investor. But Legion M is partnering with Fox Searchlight, so that could be big things for them in the future. And they're going to have all kind of events that go along with that Tolkien movie.
If I may throw the ball right back to you, one I didn't know, but I was aware of it. But I didn't know Legion M was helping out with it. The Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah,
That's right.
I heard about that.
Yeah, they're a big part of that. Kevin Smith has been a big supporter of Legion M and all that they have done. So they actually have extras that were part of Legion M. So if you want to be an extra in the movie and you're down in Louisiana, the first shot went to Legion M members and investors. So
Super
get down with Legion M. They're kind of doing their thing, but it's going to be cool to see what happens. The idea of it is a legion of fans can come together and make whatever project Legion M gets behind successful. And so far they've done it. They had Colossal. They also had Mandy, the movie with Nicolas Cage, the movie with David Tennant, Doctor Who. Bad Samaritan, that was out there too. So they're doing all kinds of things. And now with the Jay and Silent Bob movie, that's a lot more eyeballs. And then Tolkien, they're getting into a lot of fan bases, and they might be able to get 1 million people to invest. And next thing you know, like fans will be driving their own content.
Yeah, I really love that model. So good on you, and I can't wait to become an official Legion M person myself.
You too. Okay.
Alley-oop.
There we go. All right, guys, y'all ready to break it down?
Let's break it down.
Break it on down.
All right, I will cover Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy for this week. First one out the gate. I used to have a big crush on her when I was young. She was a fly girl on In Living Color. My girl Caylo joins Vanessa Hudgens.
I thought you were going to say Rosie Perez.
I was a fan of her too. I ain't gonna lie. I was a fan of Rosie Perez. White man can't jump, y'all.
Hey.
And actually, no, true story. Back when I used to write and publish comic books, I wrote a book called Blood of Onyx. and I was a guest at Wizard World Philly, one of the first Wizard World Philadelphia's.
Yeah.
And Rosie Perez actually came to my table and bought a copy of my book, Blood of Onyx, for her nephew.
Wow.
And then I was like, hey, Rosie, can I take a picture real quick? So we took a picture real quick. Real cool. And then like about an hour later, I went to go meet Michael Turner, who's the artist on Fathom.
Right.
And I was in the Aspen line. And I was talking to another artist friend. And then who was the person in front of me in line for Michael Turner? Rosie.
What?
Stop.
So
So we
she's
got
a big fan.
Yeah.
Dope. Rosie.
So we got to talking a little bit more, and it was
Hey,
just really
girl.
cool. She was just, just really down to earth
we
experience.
should tag her. We'd be like, hey, remember Patrick?
So shout out to Rosie.
Shout out, Rosie.
I hope your nephew enjoyed my comic, and thank you for supporting me as well.
Yeah. But my bad, you were talking about someone else. Totally.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it Puerto Rican.
you
So
go.
my girl J-Lo, she's
Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block. Fly girl. It's she basically plays a big box store worker who reinvents her life and her life story and shows Madison Avenue what street smarts can do. It's directed by Peter Siegel and again stars J-Lo, my girl Vanessa Hudgens, Pinoy's in the house, as well as Leah Remini. What was Leah Remini? I love Leah Remini.
Scientology.
She was in Scientology, but then she dropped out of it because of some bullshit, which she
Right.
talked about. She had a whole show on that.
Yeah.
The one with Kevin James. I loved her in that.
What is
It was a
that?
good show.
My Wife and Kids, maybe?
No.
Or Man of the House, Middle.
No.
I'm just naming Chevy
Yeah,
Chase
those
movies now.
stop. But she was great in that, and I enjoyed her in that. So, J-Lo's second act. Heard it was a cool, fun little rom-com.
Okay, yeah.
So that is out on Blu-ray DVD. And next up, I'm really disappointed that I didn't find the time to see this film because I think there's a lot of big blockbusters at the time this came out. I'm a huge fan of Moonlight. I voted it during the SAG-AFTRA Awards when it came out. Just an amazing film that just kind of chronicles a young black boy growing up to be a man and kind of covering up, that he's gay. And just his, life is just an amazing film to see. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But it was beautifully written and directed by Barry Jenkins. And he brings us, If Beale Street Could Talk, it's about a woman in Harlem who embraces her pregnancy while she and her family struggle to prove her fiancé innocent of a crime. It was
oh, man.
based on a book by James Baldwin. It stars Kiki Lane, Stephen James, and Regina King. And if you watched the Oscars recently, Regina King won, I think was Best Supporting or Best Actor for her role in the film. So it's an
Regina's
Academy
annoying.
Award film.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Regina King, man, again. I used to, she was, was it, what show was she on TV?
She's on a few shows.
She was on she was on a few shows, but yeah,
I
I
remember
her back then.
she was from Friday. That was
She's another
like
girl.
my sister. You know?
She was another girl I wanted to rub lotion on back in the day. So, keeping it moving. Again, all these films feature people I want to rub lotion on. The top film this week,
Speaking of
Aquaman.
equal opportunity lotion rubber.
Lotion.
Exactly, Momoa. If there's any person I have a man crush on, it would be Jason Momoa. Aquaman, Justice Leaguer. This is his story of Mira, Amber Heard, again, another person I want to rub lotion on. Mira helps him find himself. He decides to finally become king. Who hasn't seen Aquaman yet? And also stars Yahya Abdul. I'm going to totally mess up Yaya's name. We've had him on the channel and with Nerds of Color. But anyway,
Yaya
if you're a
crushed
fan
it
of,
in that.
he crushed it.
Yeah, that was dope.
That whole cast
He's
is
going to be
fine.
the next
that was
Candyman. Speaking of like news,
What?
and I think Jordan Peele's behind the next
Yeah,
Candyman.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness.
He is.
And he cast Yaya.
Yeah.
Y'all forgot about
That's
Candyman. Candyman was
casting.
frightening.
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 Scurry.
So Yaya's going to be our next Candyman, and he's an Aquaman that's out this week, y'all. So
I can see that. I
There
can
you go.
totally see him as the next
perfect.
Candyman. Yeah,
and
perfect.
Jordan Peele,
Oh, man. Yo, that dude is doing
Killing it.
amazing.
he's doing Twilight Zone too, yo.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to Twilight Zone when it comes to that. I'm going to hand it off to my gal, Cece.
Hello. So we have the top 3 theater picks for this weekend. So for the children, or if you just feel like reliving your childhood nostalgia, I know you. I was hanging out with the Gullah Geechee. Shout out to the Gullah Geechee. So now I done picked up the dialect a little bit. But the chillin', you can take the chillin' to see Dumbo, and of course that is a classic take on Disney's movie about the flying elephant with oversized ears. And it's Tim Burton directing it, so I'm really interested in seeing how that.
Oh yeah,
pans
live
out.
in a live action version
That
of the classic
too.
animated. What I really dug about this is we're seeing reunion of a lot of the Batman Returns actors. You have Michael Keaton in there. You have Danny DeVito.
It's
and
true.
is Michelle Pfeiffer in it too?
No, yeah, Colin
but Danny
Farrell,
DeVito and
Michael
Michael
Keaton,
and Tim Burton, the director of Batman Returns.
and Eva Green, and it says, what is that? Oh, his friends discover dark secrets behind the shiny veneer of a struggling circus. So,
Plot twist:
Yeah.
Dumbo is Batman.
yes, which is interesting because it seems like it focuses more on the humans in the story, where it was much more focused on the animals in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So that'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see.
Now, did Dumbo talk back in the day? Was that?
I don't remember him talking. I remember the other animals talking.
Right.
Like his mom talked, but I don't remember him
So it'll
talking
be
too much. Till like the
interesting how they
end.
do this live action version.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check that out on Friday. So I'll
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah.
Yep. And next we have The Beach Bum, starring Matthew McConaughey, who plays a rebellious stoner named Moondog, living life by his own rules. So basically, Matthew McConaughey plays himself.
Born for that role.
Also, of course, no stoner movie is complete without Snoop Dogg, Isla
Nice.
Fisher, and Stefani Levy Owen.
Oh, and I heard Justin Bieber's in it
Stefania,
too.
sorry.
Is he?
Justin
The Biebs?
The Biebs is in there.
He's come
Actually,
so
no,
far.
the Zac Efron is in there. Zac Efron. I'm confusing two. They're the kind of same.
How dare
The same-
you?
the same
How
person.
dare you?
Wholesome white
They're the
men
same
falling
person.
from grace. It's the same concept. And then last but not least, we have Unplanned, the drama. As one of the youngest Planned Parenthood clinic directors in the nation, Abby Johnson was involved in upwards of 22,000 abortions, counseled countless women on their reproductive decisions. Her passion surrounding women's right to choose had led her to become a spokesperson for Planned Parenthood, and then she ultimately got involved in legislation and policy advocacy.
Damn.
So that should be really interesting.
I was not aware of her, so this
Same.
is it's kind of cool that when they make films like this based on real people, it helps bring to light
Right.
some of these people.
She's
Right.
like the human Plan B.
I cannot with you. But obviously, the subject content of itself is a controversial issue, so I think people are going to want to see it. And it also, in that, and being a part of that movement, like reproductive health rights and justice, we talk about an important element is storytelling.
Right.
Because there's so much part of the legality and like rational pieces that are made to make that argument, but not a lot about the morality and the consciousness that is involved in those decision-making processes. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, super interesting. You know what I think about that whole thing? My opinion is not important because it's not my
Body.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like I feel like we should probably step like men
As
should
men,
step
yeah.
out of the room when they're
exactly.
deciding that. Unless you're the father, then I feel like you probably have some say in there. You know,
Well, fair enough, but
a small say.
I mean, you have to say when you, but that's neither.
I know,
Yeah.
right? That's when you had your say. Oh, should have been a different
Then
word.
you said
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
But I love that it's kind of surrounding this woman who's doing the work, and then also adds a human element,
Right.
Because for so long it's been something that we haven't talked about, and that's kind of what led people up to their assumptions.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see how that plays in theaters because there's going to be people out there picketing,
Yeah,
protesting,
exactly.
and everything.
Especially depending on where you are, and
Yeah.
When I was looking at the rollout for this, when I was coming up with some of the lists, not too many screens in our area. And I was shocked to see Fredericksburg is the closest in our area.
Wow. How many screens nationwide?
I don't know if it's getting a large rollout. So
yeah, and I don't think that they're probably not. I'm sure they made this film knowing that it wasn't going to get much wide viewage, but they're probably I guess going after the awards and stuff. But then also making a point because it's like you gotta open the floodgates somehow.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
So they're probably going to do a test run like some films do before they get a wider release.
wide release.
So this is probably like a limited release then.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
What do I have? Well, I've got a few cool things that you guys might want to check out this weekend coming up. We have PAX East, which is a video game conference, so grab your controllers if you're in the Boston area.
Not your lotion.
Not your lotion.
But you may want to grab.
You're not gonna.
Your finger
You're
will
not to
slip.
moisturize.
Well, if you're really into video games that much, you're probably going to need some lotion. You're probably.
That's very presumptuous.
It is super presumptuous. But I used to be a gamer and I got no play. So,
Literally.
no. Oh, well, yeah. I did get some play, but no So that's happening.
Controller.
But you gotta wash them so that your hands don't slip off the controller. And, all right, we're getting derailed here.
Sorry, guys.
To get back on track, the Boston Convention Center is going to be hosting that. That's in Boston, Massachusetts. All you massholes, go out there, grab your controller. Your controller.
Your controller.
My Boston accent. I got Boston friends. They're going to slap me around for saying that. But I also have friends in New Jersey. I also have friends in New Jersey, and out that way you can check out the New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival. That should be really fun. That's going to be hosted by, or I guess they just created. I don't think they're hosting it. Ryan Scott Weber and pop culturist Robert Bruce.
Robert Bruce is awesome. You've seen him on Comic Book Men. I've met him and talked to him several times when he's come down for AwesomeCon.
I think I did an interview with him like a few years ago with the film when I was hanging out with the Film Fad folks.
Good guy, man. Yeah, really cool guy.
Super cool guy. But that's going to be happening out in New Jersey, so go check that out. There are a couple other festivals going on. WonderCon is out in Anaheim. So you can check that out. That's going to be at the Anaheim Convention Center. And it's going to have wonderful stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's put on by the same people that put together San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
So it's a huge show.
So
it's like the second biggest show on the West Coast outside of San Diego Comic-Con. Because it's put on by the same folks.
Right.
Yeah, but I guess nationwide you probably don't hear the name as much, but it sounds like it's just as big.
It sounds kind of niche.
Because East Coast, we kill them with the conventions. We have tons of conventions here.
Low-key.
And Planet Comic-Con is coming to Kansas City. It's the largest comic book and pop culture convention in that area. That's this weekend. That's going to be at Bartle Hall. So that sounds kind of small.
Kansas City is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, though, so I wouldn't be too surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kansas City?
My stepmom is from there. Shout out to my family in Kansas City. They say pop. It's weird. It's
soda.
Yeah. It's soda.
Oh, so wait, is this a comic book and soda convention?
Pop culture.
It's pop.
But it is appropriate that they do say pop there for what you said. That's hilarious.
Did you get? I'm that good. Look, I be just dropping little hints and then they explode later. It's like, oh shit!
They got good ribs.
They're called Easter eggs.
We should point out the one that showed that was canceled.
Yeah, so out in Maryland, Generation Who was a festival about Doctor Who and all that type of stuff. So that TARDIS evaporate. I don't know what happens. I don't watch the show.
There wasn't much explanation.
What is it called when they jump? When they
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Oh, you don't?
I'm not a Whovian.
Oh, well,
I like Dale Luke.
Hence the reason it was canceled.
None of us know anything. Stop saying what we're thinking.
Okay, so that was canceled. And then what else do we have here? We have Galacticon Middletown, which is in Delaware.
Yep.
And that is at Appaquiniminic High School. Appaquiniminic High School is where Galacticon Middletown.
Pretty dope a high school.
But that's pretty cool for a high school.
I was at a high school like that had a show.
Yeah. So what Fairfax Comic Con was at a high school, wasn't it?
No, it was at a convention center.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay. We can move on.
Nice try to.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's do something for our folks across the pond. There's one last show for our folks across the pond.
There was one last one, which is Walker Stalker London, which is a Walking Dead themed.
I was about to say, where are we going with this?
Yeah, apparently we're going to London. So the Dead are making their way across the pond. We're going to check out Walker Stalker Con London, and that's going to be happening at Excel London on the Royal Victoria Dock. That's Western Gateway. That's a very specific place.
Yeah.
It's like go to this warehouse and there you can see all the zombies.
But they're bringing all the big name actors, so it's like kind of a big event for them.
Yeah, this sounds like it's going to be really awesome. Even though for us personally, I think Walking Dead has been kind of in the decline, but it still has a huge fan base. People love Walking Dead
across the pond, worldwide.
Around the world. So go travel around the world if you love your Walking Dead. Go check it out. It's still alive and well there.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Pun intended.
It's dead and well.
Yeah, I guess dead and well would also be. But that's it for the events, man.
Okay, so that is my man Mac. CC, final words before we turn them out till next week.
turn them out till next week.
I don't know where I.
The double entendre in this episode is amazing right now.
You know what?
Let's turn them out.
Turn them out.
Okay, let's get a little lotion and start to turn them out. Anyway,
Somebody can follow and everything with you.
So I'm Glenn Lawrence at. You brought it up.
I brought the lotion.
You brought the lotion. Let's see what kind of lotion we got here. What do we got? For our African contingent, we have Sea Island Cotton.
No, he didn't.
We just have an infatuation
You
for
just have
plantation. For your plantation infatuation.
There you go.
Sea Island
Plantation
cotton.
Sea Island
Does it
Cotton.
Glenn, tell them how they can find you online.
Oh, it smells
Smells like
history.
bondage.
It smells like history and oppression.
Let's let them
I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, you can find me _comedy at level up comedy. At level up _comedy. DC Comedy Festival is happening April 11th. Come check that out. We also have a Level Up Ladies show, which is going to be April 6th, I believe.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, I might have got moved to April 13th. You have to check it out. Check out Level Up Comedy on Instagram. And then we have our Last Friday Laughs. Level Up Laughs show. That's going to be April 22nd. So April 11th, April 6th, maybe 13th, and then April 22nd we'll have a show too. So I can make you laugh.
Get your laugh on, y'all.
Get your laugh there. What you guys
He's
got?
going to give you his funny for your money.
Hey.
Well, we will be at Awesome Con.
Yes.
So that's exciting. Don't forget to check out the HBCU Nerds panel hosted by HBCU Con. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Coming soon with my
And a
secret
comment.
panel. When I can say it, when I can talk about it. Also, Cost Love, we have our events with Alamo for Shazam and Avengers Endgame. It's all on our channel on the events page on Facebook, not on our YouTube.
Nice.
But we'll be talking all about it. And yeah, we got an Us review that we're
Coming
going to
up.
get ready to tape in a
Yeah.
second.
Click
As well
around.
as Shazam.
Click around.
So
You're gonna see
check
that
all
in
of
a
that
second.
out. We got a lot
Yeah.
of cool stuff on the channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. CC. Phony Yogi, my man Glenn Lawrence. I'm Patrick Michael Strange since 1977 at Temple Far East. It's the NRW. At the NRW at Northeast Wednesday. Like, share, subscribe. We're out of here.
Yo,
Yes.
let's rub some lotion to take it out. Let's rub all the lotion on us.
All right, we're rolling on camera. Board ready. Rolling. March 27th, 2019. NRW.
Head wobbles, wibbles.
Ah.